we go to the next question, which is completing the square. Okay, because the x squared has a coefficient of 2, this is a bit trickier. Okay, that's why it's offered 3 marks rather than 2 marks. Okay, so remember, you factorize the 2 outside, so you will get x squared. 16x, if you factorize it, that's plus 8x. That's it. The plus 35, just leave it alone. Okay, you do not factorize it. Okay, then 2, if I complete the square, x squared becomes small bracket x, the same sign, plus 8, half of that is 4, close bracket, squared. Always take away 4 squared is 16, close the big bracket, the plus 35, leave it alone. Now we can open that bracket. The big bracket is open, so the 2 multiplies the small one, so we can't go into the small one, so just 2x plus 4 squared, because we can't really go open that bracket. Minus 2 times 16 is 32, and then we can bring in the plus 35. There you go. 2 little bracket x plus 4 squared minus 32 plus 35 is plus 3. And then okay, they want you to write it like that, but they do not ask you for a, b, c, so you don't have to write, or you don't need to write a is this, b is that. Okay, just in that form is good enough. The second part to that, which is 1 mark, obviously, they are asking for the turning point. Remember, whatever inside the bracket is the opposite sign for the x, so minus 4, and whatever outside the bracket is the same thing, so it's just a plus 3, so it's just 3. That's my turning point, TP. Next one. Okay, so Anil wants, okay, yeah, compound interest question now. Okay, personal bank, which one has the most interest? Okay, so let's do this. Let's split it. Personal bank. Remember the formula for compound interest. You should know that. It's deposit 1 plus or minus interest as a decimal to the power time, how many years or how many months, depending on the interest bit. The personal bank has a deposit about 25,000. Remember, it's 2% for year, and also it's a 1 plus. Why is 1 plus? Because it's a bank, the money is going to increase, so it's 1 plus. There's 2%. Remember, 2% is 0.02 as a decimal. So 1 plus 0.02. Don't write it as 1 plus 0.02. You should know what it is. It's 1.02. Okay, it's better to write like that. To the power, how many years are we doing it for? We are doing it for 3 years. Okay, to the power 3. And then if I plug that onto the calculator, remember, any answer you must write it as to 2 decimal place to the power 3. 26,030 point, it says 2, but I'm going to put 20 because it's money calculation, 2 decimal place. Okay, the next one, we are looking for a secure bank, SB. The deposit is still 25,000, and still 1 plus, how much is 4.3 is 0.043 as a decimal, so 1 plus 0.043 is 1.043 to the power time. It's only for the first year, so 1. Don't work it out, just calculate it straight away. Always get into the habit. 0.9%, which is 0.009. Make sure you put that 20. Sometimes people put 0.09. Because if it was 9%, then 0.09. It is not 9%. It is 0.09%. Okay. So 1.009 to the power extra years. How many? The total is 3. We'd already done the 1 year with the 4.3, so it's 2 more years. Plug it straight away into a calculator. The whole thing. 1.043 to the power 1. The bracket 1.009 to the power 2. 26,546.46. Now, if you look at it, the SB bank is bigger, isn't it? 26,546. Remember, they want the most interest. This is not the interest, actually. This is the total money. But then we don't really have to calculate the interest. The reason we don't have to calculate the interest, because all you got to do is to calculate the interest is take away the 25,000, which is the deposit, but we don't need it because both of them have the same deposit, so it doesn't matter. So which bank has the most interest? Obviously it's SB Bank. Okay, because all you got to do is show that this number is bigger than that. Okay, good. Next one. The graphs are here. Right, you have to have these graphs memorized. Okay, there's a couple of graphs they won't ask you to do it. It's always label which one is which one, join it. This is y equals, this is your sin x graph, remember, y equals sin x. And this is, if it's going like that, this is y equals to 1 over x graph. Because it only goes in one side of a positive one, this one is y equal to square root of x graph. Okay, and this is y equals to e to the x graph. The first one, inversely proportional. Inversely proportional means 1 over, isn't it? K over. So this is B. Trigonometric function, sin x. Yep, this is A. Exponential graph, D. Directly proportional to square root of x, which is C. Okay, good. You have to have these graphs. Just what I would say is just memorize the pattern on these. All right. The next one, density question. It's normally a 3 marker. So always have the table prepared. A, B, C liquid. Mass, volume, density. The density of A is 1.42. 7 centimeter cube. Centimeter cube, milliliter, those are volume. Yeah. A volume is 7. A volume is 7. 125 of B volume. Centimeter cube of B. Yes. And then to make liquid C, so make sure that you're adding A and B to make C. Then that's what they say. So how much is that? 132. If you add it. Yeah. The liquid C has a density of 1.05. Then they want the density of B to 2 decimal place. Okay, let's start working out. Remember the formulas. Mass equal density times volume. Density is mass over volume. Volume is mass over density. You must have these memorized. Right. You always work column first. Let's see the columns, what we can do. Or okay. Okay. Right. So if I'm looking at this, what is the mass for A? The mass for A, mass is equal to density times volume. What is density is 1.42 times volume is 7. 9.94. Okay. Remember, you must always work. Is there another column I can do? Yes, the C column. The mass again. Okay. Mass is density times. Always write the formula, otherwise you're going to forget. 1.05 times 132. Make sure you're writing all the decimals on there, because you can round it later at the final part of the question. 1.05 times 132. .05 times 132, which gives me 138.6. Now can I do the column for B? Obviously I have 2 unknowns, so obviously I cannot. Okay. The next one I will do is the row. I can do the mass row. Remember, mass and volume you can add them, and then density you cannot. Okay. So because A at B makes C, you know that. So 138.6, take away the 9.94. How much is that? 128.66. Okay. And then I can do the row again. Sorry, I can do the column again now. What's that? Density is mass over volume. Mass over volume. Mass is 128.66 divided by volume is 125. Okay. Answer to 2 decimal place 1.03. What do they want? They want the density of liquid B, which is, that's the answer. Okay, the unit is grams per centimeter cube. You know that's the unit for density. Yeah, mass over volume. That's the answer. Okay, good. Expand and simplify. Okay, we will just do as what they said. We expand these things. That will give me, so we will start with the x here. X times 2x, that gives me 2x squared. X times minus 3, minus 3x. We'll do it with a plus 2. Plus 2 times 2x is plus 4x. Plus 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. That gives me 2x squared plus minus 3x plus 4x is plus 1x, so plus x minus 6. Put a bracket here. I'm just going to do the other one. 3x plus 1. Okay, always start with this one. So 2x squared times 3x, that gives me 6x cubed. Then 2x squared plus times 1, that gives me plus 2x squared. Okay, then let's start with the plus x. Plus x times that, which is plus 3x squared. Plus x times that, plus x. Minus 6 now. Minus 6 times 3x is minus 18x. Minus 6 times plus 1 is minus 6. Can you see 6x cubed? There's nothing to do this. That plus 2x squared plus 3x squared, that goes together, plus 5x squared. Plus x minus 18x, that gives me minus 17x, remember. Minus 6, and that's your final answer. Okay, the next one, you're factorizing. When we factorize it, remember you have to make sure what's common. What's common is x minus y is common. Actually, okay. If you look at the number of marks, only 2 marks. So do not sit there expanding the bracket. Okay, that's what a lot of people do, but no. X minus y is common. Put a big bracket. This 3 is still there because it's a squared. One of the x minus y still remains. And then the other one is minus 2 bracket x minus y. So one of the x minus y is gone, so minus 2. Okay, just put a bigger bracket. There you go. Small bracket, x minus y, bigger bracket. Let's open this, 3x minus 3y. If I open that, and then just minus 2, that's it. Yeah, that would do. Cannot simplify it more than that. Okay, good. Next one. Function f and g. F inverse. How to find inverse? Remember how to find inverse. You write it as y equal to x sort of something, and then make x the subject. Okay, so for the f, this one, so you have to write it y equals 3x minus 1. That's how you, okay, good. Then you make x the subject. Okay, let's do the 3x here. Okay, y, it becomes plus 1. X is y plus 1 over 3. So my f inverse is, it's not y plus 1. You can't write as y plus 1. You have to write x plus 1 over 3. That's the f inverse. Okay. The second one, substitution within it. Let's do this one first. fgx. So remember the first letter is written with a bracket. F is written as a bracket. So 3, I don't write x. X, there you go, minus 1. So instead of x, I put a bracket. What goes into that bracket is the second letter. The second letter is g. G goes into that. G is x squared plus 4. Let's expand that. That gives me 3x squared plus 12 minus 1. That gives me 3x squared plus 11. Let's do the second one. Okay, it's 2 times. Okay, cool. So the first letter is g. Okay, so we will just put the 2 bracket. The first letter is g, correct? The g is x squared plus 4. I can't write x squared, bracket squared plus 4. But the second letter goes in there, which is what? 3x minus 1. 2. We'll keep it. If I expand this, you should know the quick way of expanding. 3x squared, that gives you 9x squared. 2 times minus 1 times minus, 2 times minus 1 times 3, which is minus 6x. Minus 1 squared, which is plus 1. Then a plus 4 here. 2 times 9x squared minus 6x plus 5. Multiply it. 18x squared minus 12x plus We are equaling them together, so let's rewrite it. 3x squared plus 11 equals 18x squared minus 12x plus 10. Bring everything to the right hand side, that's the easiest option. 18x squared minus 3x squared, that's 15x squared, minus 12x, that's it, it doesn't have anything in here, so minus 12x, plus 10 minus 11, that gives you minus 1. And there you go, it's shown. You don't need to solve it because they only said show this. So that is more than enough. And there's a 5 mark. Okay, quadratic inequality, you must be familiar because we've done a similar question on the front one. How to factorize it first? 2 times 3, which is 6, factors of 6, that makes 1x, so 1. 2 and 3, but you want positive 1, so plus 3 minus 2. So 2x minus 2, 2x plus 3, you're dividing by the coefficient of x squared, which is 2. That divides that. X minus 1, 2x plus 3. X is around equal to 1, or x is around equal to minus 3 over 2. You put it on a number line, the bigger number is 1, the smaller number is minus 3 over 2. Look out for which way that's pointing. It's pointing in, so it will point in like that. So x is greater than minus 3 over 2. Always the same way, or don't change anything. Less than 1. Perfect. And I would always go back here and I'll cross these answers which has the equal sign, because I don't really like to put that. Okay, that's the arrow. Okay, good. Remember, if you must have the x and everything on this side, the arrow here, and then if it has 0, then if you have 2 numbers, then it will do this. If you have x and something on here, and the arrow, sorry, not the arrow, the inequality sign goes this way, then you got the 2 numbers here, and then it will do it that way. Okay, just remember that. But you want to represent this on a number line. Alright, let's do that. Because on a number line, they're actually looking for a circle. So let's do this. Minus 3 over 2, 1, put a circle, put a circle. You don't need to shade the circle because it's not an equal sign in there, so that's fine. And this is your number line set. Okay? Good. Maybe not. They got it over here, sorry. Circle. Minus 3 over 2, which is minus 1.5, which is around here. There you go. Okay. Next one. Iteration. Always write the method marks. Let's go. x1, which is minus 2 minus 4 over x. If this is x1, this is x0 squared. Next one. x2. Minus 2 minus 4 over. If this is x2, this is x1 squared. The next one you got to do x3 up to, because you need to up to x3. Minus 2, look, remember the formula, yeah? The formula is here, by the way, if you're searching for it. Minus 2 minus 4 over, if this is x3, then it is x2 squared. Remember what to do on a calculator, so calculator one. So, you type in the answer. What is the answer? So, minus 2.5, and then you press an equal sign that stores it as the answer key. Then you type minus 2 minus fraction sign 4 over answer squared. Okay. I'll put a bracket around the answer just because I'm squaring it anyways. Okay. So the first one is giving me a fraction. You can write a fraction if you want it, but it's fine. Minus 2.64. I will write the decimal. Always learn to write the decimals better. Then yeah, the second one is minus 2.573921028. You must write the whole thing. The next one is minus 2.603767. 255. Okay, you just write the whole thing and then it should give you that one. Okay, good, that's it. Next one, mean question. Boys, there are 10 boys, 20 girls. The mean mark for the total class, how many boys are there? There are 10 boys, 20 girls, so in total there is about 30 people. The mean mark for girls is 54 marks each, kind of. Okay, if you roughly do it. So 20 times the 54 then. How much are we looking at? 20 times 54. That's so in total they all got 1080. The mean mark for the class is 60. So each person in the class is 60. So the total each is roughly 60. So 30 times 60. That gives you 1800. Remember, it's the total here. Okay. So how do we get the 1800? We have to how to get this one? Subtract it, isn't it? 1800 take away 1080, 720. But they want the mean marks. So how much is it? Mean marks would be how to get 720. So 720 over 10, isn't it? Which is 72. So it must be 72 here. So what is the mean mark for boys? 72 marks. Okay, good. Only 3 mark. Box plot diagrams. Work out the interquartile range. IQR. What is the formula? Q3 take away Q1. Minimum Q1, Q2. Q2 means median. Q1 is lower quartile. Q3 is an upper quartile. That's the maximum value. What is the Q3 value? If you read it, it's 160, 165, 166. Q3 is 166. Take away Q1, 158. What did that give you? That gives you 8. IQR is 8. Yeah, seems okay. Remember, smaller the IQR, the better the data. More consistent, that's the keyword. More consistent the data is. You want to draw this box plot, okay? In order to draw a box plot, remember the things that you need. What are the things you need? You need the minimum, lower quartile, median, upper quartile, maximum. You know the minimum and maximum. That's easy. Because it's ordered in numbers, remember, smallest to biggest. That makes your life easier. 153. Maximum is 186. The lower quarter, what's the formula? A quarter of n. A quarter of, okay, now there's a problem. It's 15 here, so we cannot use n. We will use the n plus 1 because it's an odd number. So n plus 1, okay? So a quarter of, what is the n? Is 15 is the n. N at 1, that makes it 16 then. A quarter of 16, which is the 4, is not the 4 value, it's the 4th value. What is the 4th value? 1, 2, 3, 4th value, 164. Q2, a half of n at 1. That means half of n at 1 is 16, which is the 8th value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 170. And the Q3 is a 3/4 of n at 1. If it was an even number, then you will go with n, okay, rather than n at 1. Okay, good. So 3/4 of n at 1, which is 16, that makes it 12th value. It's a 12th value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 175. Okay, I'm just writing it like that. Remember, you don't get marked on these, what you're writing. You won't be able to draw it properly. Right, let's draw this. The smallest value is 153. Where is it? 153. There you go. The Q1 is 164. 164. There you go. Q2 median, which is 170. There it is. Q3 is upper quartile 175. There it is. Maximum is 186. There it is. These are joined like that. Then we join. You don't have to shade it like how I shaded, okay? You don't need to shade the middle, don't worry. There you go. That will give you the 3 marks. The diagram itself needs to give you the 3 marks, remember. But before you do the diagram, you must do this working out. Compare the distributions now. This is Jack. The one before was Tom. When you compare, you're comparing the median. Who has a higher median? Median here was 162. The median for Jack is 170. So he has higher median. So in average, Jack, what is it? Tomatoes. Way more because he has a higher average. That's the first point, because it's a 2 mark, remember, always. The second point is you look at the interquartile range. The interquartile range is how is q3 minus q1 if you want. If you want to look at the diagram, is the the length of this whole rectangle. Which rectangle is bigger? But no, you don't want bigger rectangle. Remember, you want a smaller IQR. Remember, so Tom has a smaller rectangle. So Tom has a smaller IQR, interquartile range. So a more consistent tomato weight. So he has a more consistent tomato weight. Okay. Then remember, you talk about the median, you talk about the. Okay, why did I say it has a higher average? Didn't know why I said average. My bad. The higher median. That's what I meant. Okay. My bad. Okay. You talk about the median, then you talk about the interquartile range, IQR. You can write IQR in an exam. Don't worry, you'll be fine. The next one, the last question. Yes. A histogram, right? How to draw a histogram? Remember, so they got whatever this is, the distance, okay, which is technically the class width in this zebra. In here on your y-axis, remember, you always write it down. Frequency. Now, if you wrote frequency, you are wrong. Density. Always write it. Okay, don't put f dot d. Yeah. Okay, just write frequency density. Here we can put it. Okay, because this part doesn't get marked anyways. Your table is not going to be marked. We can put f dot d for the easiness of it. Class width, how much? Just take it away. 20 take away 0, 20, 30, 30, 70, 50. Then remember the formula, frequency density is frequency over class width. 120 over 20, which makes it 6. That's 3. That's 4. That's 2. That's 2. The maximum number, frequency density, is 6. So we want to make sure we have 6. 1, 2, 3. No. Probably have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's probably enough. So the first one, that goes 0 to 20 in 6. So if you look at it, it's 10 boxes that has a limit of 50 in here. So that makes each is 5. Okay, you want 20. 0 to 20. With that goes to that's probably 20. I can write that. Okay, and it goes up to 6. Make sure. That looks like a curve. It should be a straight line like that. Okay, you don't need to shade it. Do not sit in an exam shading these things. Okay, waste of time. 20 to 50 is 3. 20 to 50, you just need 3. Okay, that's 50. It's pretty easy. There you go. There it is. Good. The next one. 50 to 80 is 120. Sorry, and 50 to 80 is 4. My bad. 50 to 80. This is 75. This is 80. This is 75. This one is 80. That's 4. And there you go. Then 80 to 150 is 2. 80 to 150 is 2. 150 is pretty easy, so I'm not going to write it. There you go. There it is. And the next one is 150 to 200 is 2 as well. There it is. There you go. That's it. You don't need to shade it. Do not shade it. The median distance. Yes. In order to do a median, okay, I'm going to look at the graph and then tell you. Let's see. So, in order to do the median, remember the formula for median, which is Q2, yeah? Median means Q2. A half n. Or sometime n plus 1 if it was an odd number. It's an even number, so it's fine. Half of even number, which is 570. If I do half of 570, it's 285, is it? Let's check. Good. 285th. Remember, it's not 285, 285, it's 285th one. Remember, you have to do a cumulative frequency in order to do this, alright? cumulative frequency. Let's do it. 120, keep adding. 210, add it again. 330, add it again. 470, 570. You want a number that's just higher than 285th. It's not 120. Is no, 210 is not higher. 330, that's the one. Just higher, just higher. Okay, not the full highest. After 285th, you just get the 330. That's it. So your answer is here to here. It's between 50 and 80. That's what we know. Okay, the answer is between 50 and 80. This is going to be a tricky. Just okay, just listen to this one. So you want the lower bound number plus your class width. Oh, okay. Oh, just do it like this. Okay, you know what? So you got you know the answer is between. Okay, you know the answer is between 50 and 80. Your 50th value is a 210th value, and your and the 80 is your 330th value. But within this, you want your 285th value. So we'll do a gap here. How much is that one? Oh, sorry, you don't need that gap. You will do that, and then you will do this gap, and then you will need that gap. Okay, so that has a gap of 65, 75, and that has a gap of 120. That has a gap of 30. Okay, so it's 50 plus how much? 75 out of 120 times by the total. How much was it? 30. You just plug that in. That will give you the exact answer. $68.75. That's your median. As long as you get that in the exam, you're good to go. Right, make sure you practice all of them. Okay, if you got anything wrong, redo it again. Okay, if you don't understand it, look at it again and then do it again. Right, thank you.